Hello, my name is Andre and I want to share with you an experiment that I made through self-isolation days to solve one of the old problems that I had. I'm using these kind of single board computers, which is ODroid XU4, and it's really nice to have one of these and put it into a corner as a media server, as a file sharing server, or a generic Linux box for any of your exercises or home server needs. But it has a problem. It doesn't have a display. It has an HDMI port, but you don't want to bring full-size display each time you want to see something on this thing. And on the other hand, a friend of mine has gifted me one of these, which is a Nextion Enhanced Series 3.2 inches LED display. So I was wondering, how can I attach this display, which is of a proper size, to ODroid and get a sort of poor man's display. To connect Nextion to the ODroid, I will use small adapter, which is converting USB signals into serial. It's USB to serial adapter, and ODroid is Nextion is able to talk through serial and get commands through serial, and that's our idea of how will we integrate that. An important step is to prepare an HMI file and upload that into your Nextion device. I have used a trick where I'm creating 20 lines of code, 20 text boxes. I have imported special 12 pixel font for that to allow smaller font size. And these 20 lines I will use through software to set values of my textual console. That's it. There's nothing else except these text boxes in HMI file. I'm compiling it and uploading it through firmware uploader of Nextion. The third component to what we do is the software. It's a simple Python program that codes how to take the information from the Linux display, which will be taken from dev VCSU device, which allows you to get information from the terminal what is displayed there, and then we'll be outputting it through serial port into our USB TTY device that we get after attaching to the computer. The logic is quite simple. We are reading that, we are expecting certain size of the terminal, then we are setting some commands like display brightness, auto sleep settings to Nextion device, and then we're getting those lines. First thing we do is we're trying to think that it's optimistically scrolling the text, and we're using the simple reassignments between the text lines, and then for any new lines of text we're just inserting those into display components. Now let's connect it all together. We are taking the ODroid. We will need a keyboard, which I'm connecting. The keyboard is huge compared to the ODroid. I'm connecting keyboard into one of the USB ports, and into another USB port I'm connecting USB to serial connector of my Nextion device. It's here. And finally I'm powering it up. So let's take a closer look how it looks like when the ODroid boots up and we use it as display. Has booted up. I'm logging into machine. A couple important things that I had to do to make this thing work smoothly. First thing is to edit bash profile of a user to actually, you see the last lines, it's here, the last lines of it, to forcefully set the resolution of the console into something we display on the Nextion, and it's only done for the console number 1, which is default in Linux. And the second thing is to make auto start record for the whole thing to run. I'm using RC local file for that. Yes, and you can see that we just launched this Python 3 TTY script, and passing numbers of just names of devices for console to read from and for serial device to output to. And this is generally it. Some of you may ask, what's the point? We can always SSH into this ODroid and do the things. Well, first practical aspect of it is that we cannot constantly sit in front of our computer SSHing if we want to quickly take a look at something like, is there anything bad in logs, or what's the temperature of device or something. So the specific designated display is a convenience thing. And well, I just had fun, and I wish you all have fun with software and hardware. This is how we survive this self-isolation through Corona crisis. Thanks for watching. Good luck.